I've been talking about the three different energy centers, which is the base, sacral, and solar plexus. The reason why I'm talking about these energy centers because they are really important to get an understanding about what's going on within you, in your life, and also what's happening on the planet. These three energy centers are now needing to clear, dislodge, to transmute, and to heal from the many programs, beliefs, and consciousness that still keeps one in disempowerment and lack. Now, each of these energy centers have many aspects within them. It is quite vast. It is quite in depth what these energy centers hold, the records they hold about our journey, our family, and also about the planet. The reason why there is this focus on these energy centers is because they are now required to ascend, to evolve, or another word, to upgrade. So we have all the other energy centers, which is the heart, the thymus, the throat, the third eye, and crown. They have within their space different programs, beliefs, and consciousness. But for all of your being to move more and more in synchronicity and in alignment with your higher consciousness, with the path of your soul expressing itself through your physical embodiment and reality, these energy centers need to dislodge, dismantle, transmute, heal, clear out those old programs, beliefs, patterns, and consciousness. This is just a really simple explanation. There are many explanations, and like I said, there is a lot of in-depth to all our energy centers because it's like each energy center is like a massive library. Now, I'm just going to keep it really simple because what I'm sharing with you is very much aligned to what you might be going through at this time in feeling what you're feeling, the intensity, and just a bit offline. I want to start off with the base energy center. So in the base energy center, there is an aspect of that energy that carries all the stuff, the programs, the patterns, beliefs, and so on around survival. Your beliefs, what you've carried from your family lineage, from your journey, from your childhood, around survival, around money, around shelter, around being on earth, around being safe, being protected. Offshoots of that, it's your relationships or your perceptions with controlling forces, and that could be the government, taxes, housing, authority figures connected to your survival here on earth. The very 3D stuff, the stuff that's very much connected to the 3D reality, also around how you move, your fears around money, your fears around how you are coping and surviving in the many landscapes and energy scapes that we are going through. Now, the base chakra has a direct program that comes from your father, that energy, that vibration. So think about your father or your stepfather or that father figure in your life, in your childhood. Think about their relationship and their connection to survival. The way they worked, the emotions around work, the emotions around money, because that is a program that's in your base energy center. You probably don't express it or play it out like your father or father figure, but the energy, the resonance of that was around that father figure is in the energy base center. So it's part of how you feel about survival stuff. It's a resonance. So it's an energy that is in your base center that contributes to your movements, to your perceptions, to your feelings, and quite strongly to how you manifest your way around survival stuff, which is, again, money, shelter, taxes, those authority figures. So having a look at the relationship with survival that your father held is really important, because it gives you a clue and understanding what's occurring subtly and in resonance in that energy center of your base. That's what's being called now to be cleared, to be transmuted and healed. Remember, though, what I said, there are many aspects to all our energy centers. What I just shared with you is just an aspect, but it is a strong aspect because it's one of the foundational pieces. So that energy center is, I feel, has that contingency connected to your father or your father figure. The solar plexus energy center is holding beliefs and vibrations around our self-worth, around your self-worth, your self-value, who you are, how you move in your community, in your tribe, in your life, your self-love, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. Now, the solar plexus holds an aspect of beliefs and patterns that comes from your mother or a mother figure, from your childhood. Now, this is really important to understand. For a lot of mothers, there is a common energy or vibration, and that common energy and vibration is control. And that comes from many spaces and places, and that has to do with their genetic disposition of what they've gone through. It also is connected to this bigger picture of survival. So survival around the feminine, around the mother energy, is held in the solar plexus. So we have the aspect, how would I say this? I say this very gently, the impact of that vibration that comes through our mother or mother figure. So this energy in the solar plexus, the resonance of that influences, okay, how we see each other. So because one of the main headliners is control, and control, okay, comes from survival. Okay, if I control my environment, if I control my family, if I control the purse strings, whatever, I'm talking just on a very, this scale of the individual, okay, then we're going to be safe. We're going to survive this winter. We're going to survive this time. And so a lot of mothers or mother figures took on that role, okay, either very strongly, overtly, or in subtle ways. That has, again, a resonance in our solar plexus. So how we move and how we see ourselves, our self-image, our self-worth is connected to those controlling energy aspects. So the remedy for that energy center is trust. So have a really good look at how your mother was around worth, self-value, trust, control. You probably wouldn't have or are not playing it out the same way. But the resonance of that energy has made an impact. It's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. This is just the way the energetics work in our lineage. Things get passed down, okay? Gets passed down from generation to generation. But we're only working from that generation, your parents. So the solar plexus is sort of that area where the stuff around self-worth, which comes from mother, is held in the solar plexus. So have a good look at how she played it out. Okay, that's really important because then you can have an understanding of what's not seen or unknown, of why you might have a block or feel a certain way. Like I said, it's not your mother's fault or your father's fault. It's just, this is the way of generational handing down the stuff that needs healing, transmuting, okay? This is the way it's done. And each generation will lighten the load. So have a look, because that'll give you, it's an aspect. It's only an aspect. There's many different aspects in the energy centers. But it's an aspect that can share with you what might be coming up around your self-worth, okay? That's really important to have a look at. So again, solar plexus, have a look at how your mother moved in her life, some of her beliefs, some of the ways she expressed herself around worth and around the energy of control, because we do carry resonance of that vibration. You probably and mostly don't express it like she has, but there is resonance, okay? So there's like this energy that sometimes, and a lot of times unconsciously, directs in how you're feeling or how you're seeing the world. And then you have the sacral energy center. Now, the sacral energy center is creativity, sexuality, is your ability to express in such an earthly way passion, inspiration, manifestation, beauty, and so on. So the sacral is that energy center that now is about you. So you got the base, father, solar plexus, mother. Sacral is about you. So you have that resonance of the base, comes from that ancestry, dad, solar plexus, mother, that ancestry energy, and it channels through your sacral, okay, which is you. So it channels through your passions, your sexual energy, your creative energy, your ability, your inspiration to step out in a different, unique way, or in a way where you are really feeling the fullness here on earth in your physical body to express your soul's calling, your passions. So, but when you have that solar plexus, mum, and those programs and beliefs, and dad, that's programs, beliefs, and it's channeling through you, and you are in the sacral. What happens is you've got those energies that are moving around through you. So when you are expressing yourself creatively, sexually, passionately, all the stuff I've just said, you are being influenced. Okay, you're being influenced of what is controlling, what's the controlling factor, or the beliefs around lack or struggle. And then we can even get in depth. In depth, the sacral, it also carries that energy of some really strong polarities of good, of bad, of the sinner and the saint. Okay, so that's where the sacral is. And it's interesting, guys, it's really interesting because the sacral is where things can go really out of balance. And also the sacral is where also the energy center where there is an activation and program of addictions, obvious addictions that we all know, but also subtle addictions that can impact many, able to move and function clearly and with some sort of energetic momentum. Now, these subtle addictions have its attachment through the energy of control. So you might not be playing out the control energy like that's been handed down and through mother, but you might have control stuff that's in the sacral that comes from the polarity of good or bad, saint to sinner, okay, right or wrong, through the sacral that limits you, that restricts you, that constricts you. And then underneath that is the energy of survival. Okay, so these programs that are being cleared from your system at the moment, you will be feeling it quite strongly. Okay, feeling quite strongly, either heavy dreams, weird dreams, like really what looks like low vibration dreams. Many could be having dreams about being down and out, like, or just intense dark dreams, or feeling physically not right. I'm talking energy. Heaviness in your energy field, feeling a bit lightheaded. In your external reality, just feels hard going. Part of why this is happening is the clearing of these energy centers. So you that is in the sacral, okay, in the sacral is in the space of creativity and sexuality. That's just one aspect, okay? I'm just sharing this because this is what's happening now. So creativity and sexuality, and those energies are connected to creation, are connected to, on a very strong, high level, the divine feminine. no matter what your gender is. It's connected to the divine feminine. The planet has been in a vibration for eons, and that's why there's a lot of dismantling occurring under the hierarchy, patriarchal vibrations. Okay, so that's just how it's been. Okay, don't get caught up in depth why and how. Not now, because there's a lot to focus in you helping yourself to transmute the energies that you are experiencing. So these energies that are held in the sacral, with you in the middle, are about your ability to create, to manifest your life that is linked to the higher consciousness that is bringing in the vibrations of the divine feminine to balance. Okay, there's an alchemical process going on the planet to balance, but it starts with you, so we can move into a more connected oneness, sacred reality here on earth, but within you. All this is in the doorway, in the center of the sacral, because the sacral is that core of the creative fire, the fire in the belly, the birthing, creation. So there is a call also to look deeply into healing, nurturing yourself through clearing out the distortions of the sexual vibration. That's the sacral. Through the base, there is that stuff around lack, survival. You've got to behave, you've got to do this, you've got to do that to survive. Okay? The solar plexus, okay? Behave yourself, okay? If you look like this, if you do this way, you will be liked. Everyone will like you and you will be accepted. If you mind your P's and Q's, you will be accepted. You won't be chucked out of the tribe, chucked out of the community because you look like you belong to that solar plexus tribe, okay? And a lot of times we got that message from our mums, okay? Because that's been handed down, okay? So in the sacral, it's about you. It's about you. So clearing that sacral energy is really important, because then you will start feeling. You will start feeling and have access to your truth. Because in the sacral and through the sacral, okay, a lot of people think it's the higher centers, but it's actually through the sacral are many activations and many pathways to the higher consciousness, to the higher realm. Okay, so clearing out what we call the false testaments of your being that's in your sacral is really important. But please hear this, what you're going through is the clearing and shifting of those energy centers. Again, find affirmations, okay? Have healings if you feel like you need healings, okay? Energy healings, okay? Start supporting yourself by walking, spending time in nature. And really, when stuff comes up for you, try as best as you can, okay? And if you don't get it all the time, that is so fine. But try as best as you can not to externalize it, okay? Not to externalize it, but don't blame yourself either. Just to have a look and, don't get distracted by blaming your father, blaming your mother, blaming your ex-partner, whoever, blaming anything on the external. And don't even blame yourself. Just recognize you are undoing very established programs and patterns, okay? This is really important to move into that way of being.